Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Psycho Gold, this is Psycho Gold Videos. Today we're going to be checking out SSSS.GRIDMAN. Now I'm probably just going to save myself the time here and just call it Gridman from this point in. This show is based on a live action tokusatsu show of the same name, Gridman, and I've been really looking forward to seeing this anime ever since it was announced. I'm also really excited to check out the Ultraman anime that is going to be coming next year, which I believe is based on the manga, which in turn was based on the tokusatsu series that has been running for like, what, 40-50 years now? I've always thought that tokusatsu shows the perfect fit to be turned into anime as well, and I really hope that Gridman does well. I really hope that Ultraman will do well next year, because it might mean that we could get maybe a Kamen Rider anime, or we could get some anime that feature these transforming heroes battling various different monsters or aliens or demons or whatever it is that they decide to make the show about. This particular one, I believe, is against aliens, but I could be wrong. I haven't researched the show very thoroughly. I just wanted to watch the first 3 episodes and see, but I'm 99% confident that I'll be watching this because, as I said before, I really like tokusatsu, and I know that things like the original Gridman were good times, so I think the anime will be as well. So without further ado, let's jump straight in and check this show out. 3, 2, 1, go! I know from memory, I'm sure it is one that's against aliens, and I'm fairly confident Gridman isn't just a case of transforming into an armored hero. I'm 99% confident that he can grow to giant size. He actually, from memory, had an American adaptation in the same way that Super Sentai had an American adaptation in the form of Power Rangers. I think it was called something like Cyber Squad or something. I know it wasn't VR Troopers, that was Metal Heroes. Oh, there were some bright lights in the sky then. I wonder what happened then, or what was about to happen. Okay, not another dude who's got amnesia. I'm already watching one sci-fi show with amnesia dude. Yuta! Damn, that's an old looking computer. The Awakening. Damn! Hello, Gridman! You look a bit different though. I remember you being red, not blue. Okay, so sorry, for a second then I wasn't sure if the episode was glitching, but no, it's the style of the animation, which is very interesting. Okay, so I wonder what the story here is with these two. Of course you! Damn! That is thick as far as I'm concerned. What the? Okay. Well, if it is there, he looks very much inactive, dude. He looks dormant. Flippin' heck. That's an imposing shadow to constantly see in the background, if you're the only one who can see it as well. She doesn't exactly seem thrilled about the fact that she's helping him. Oh, but they're going to eat on the way. Oh, that's fair enough then. Om nom nom nom. Oh, that's so weird. Imagine not being able to remember what sort of person you are. I mean, yeah, not having your name is one thing, but like, you don't really have any interests or memories of what you've watched or seen. Like, having a conversation with someone would be difficult. The monster is still just stood there. Like, very interesting. He's kind of stopped in his tracks there. Why do I... See, I'm trying to make up my mind if this entire episode is just going to have, like, a really slow beginning. Or is it going to suddenly kick off in this episode? There's a lot. Seems to be broken in that school. Okay. What? Okay. I'm really trying to like piece together what's going on, but I just don't think there's enough information. And there's a lot of characters that we're being introduced to try and keep track of in the first episode. You know, the perfect answer to that would have been, I don't know, who are you again? There is danger closing in. Oh, so, hang on, that's not a recording then. It's definitely, like, able to talk to him and communicate with him. But why is he only able to communicate through this really old computer? Like, I know the basic... Oh! That looks like the kaiju that he's been seeing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've got a feeling there's trouble. No, I think this time everybody's gonna see it. Whoa! A kaiju-like moving object. Uh-oh. Yep, there it is. Oh! Oh, can you imagine if something like that did actually happen, though? People in transportation would be, well, lost, to put it simply. Those fire pepper attacks are pretty powerful. Oh! Okay. That was the school. Okay, his design looks a lot less inelegant now. He's too bulky. Yes, he is. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's going in. Yep. That's definitely how this works. Oh, computers are terrifying. This didn't happen to every old computer. Don't panic. So I think Gridman is now about to come out to play. Oh, they can see him now. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Gridman has come to play. Okay, I definitely prefer the CGI that they've used on Gridman than the monster. Gridman looks a lot better. But I'm liking the CGI in general. I think it's just the colors on the monster that's throwing me off. Oh! The monster did not have the right to be that flexible. His eyes are so soulless. They're like freaky. Like, they don't move or blink. If only this were the Ultra series! Yes! They do have some sort of weakness. And I think you'll find that your body is so sluggish because that computer looks like it's in not the greatest of shape. I think. Yeah, his body is, like, really sluggish. It's definitely struggling. Flippin' heck, she is fast. She types like me. Oh! Oh, okay. Well, that powered him up. Oh, okay. So that time he just flat out punched the fireball. Okay. Oh, did he just rip his neck off? He did, and it's a machine. Okay. I like the theme music. Oh, here comes a finishing move. Yes! That will conveniently only destroy the monster and not destroy the rest of the city. And here he comes out of the computer. I love how shocked he looks like. What just happened? The three of us and yeah, I knew that was coming. We need a name for ourselves. I can't take any more today. Oh, okay. So she's not dealing very well with that. Well, in fairness, that's probably the correct response to have to seeing someone go through a computer. And obviously the school's on fire. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fires break out in residential areas. A giant kaiju object. Oh, it's going everywhere, all over social media. And the... Oh! Whoever built that thing doesn't look pleased. Wait a minute. That was a person talking to something in a computer. That was an opposite for Gridman, wasn't it? Okay. Oh! The head is still there. And someone's looking at it. Oh, is that creepy dude? Yes, it is. What the hell? That's why there were so many sections of the school with all those signs for warning, and why everything seemed a bit off throughout the episode. Someone or something is fixing everything after a kaiju is attacked, aren't they? And that's why Yuta's also lost his memories, because I'm betting he's done this several times before, and that's why he could see stuff that the others couldn't. Because now these two can remember things that they shouldn't be able to remember. Okay. I'm liking where this show's going. I like this aspect of it. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was episode 1 of SSSS.GRIDMAN. And I've just had an interesting realization in the couple of minutes between watching the episode and trying to think of the review. As I got up to get myself a drink, it suddenly occurred to me, SSSS. Something in the back of my brain has been saying that that stands for something. And that end of that episode, they were trying to come up with a name for themselves. Like, he was like, we should totally have a hero group name or something. And the second he said that, I was like... The word samurai came into my head, and I was like, why? And all through that episode, nostalgic neurons were firing in my brain, memories that I haven't accessed in like 20 plus years of what I watched before I ever saw an episode of Gridman. And then I realized what the 4 S's might stand for and why it all felt so familiar. Because there was a show in America that I said I referenced in the reaction, but I didn't actually realize that I was dead right. The 4 S's actually could stand for Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Yes, cyber with an S. It was actually an American show that was kind of like what Saban did with Power Rangers, but the different company did this with Gridman. And there isn't really much I remember about it, other than the fight scenes were really cool and the storyline was pretty much identical to what we just watched in Gridman, where a kid becomes Gridman by going into the computer. The difference is that in Cyber Squad, the battles actually took place inside the computer, so it was very much like a Digimon style kind of deal when the fight started. But the reason why I'm telling you so much about it is because I didn't realize until I went up to find the music that's going to be playing over this segment, or I've just played and finished, I'm not quite sure yet. But the villain who was in this at the end then, who I said was in the computer, and I was like, I recognize him, that's why, was actually voiced by Tim Curry. And damn did he do a good job, and that's why that show has always stuck in my head. It had some pretty decent music, some good action from Gridman, and Tim Curry is the villain. How is that one not one of the ones we remember? Anyway, this episode itself, Gridman. I really enjoyed that. Wasn't quite what I was expecting, because again, couldn't really remember exactly what Gridman's deal was, and Gridman looks slightly different than how I remember him looking, but at the same time, it's very much how I remember him. I also remember there being another anime where Gridman had this bluish purplish look, but I don't think it ever actually got made. Like, I know there's lots of footage out there for it, but I don't ever remember watching it, and I don't ever remember it ever actually coming out. I could be wrong. Feel free to let me know down in the comments section if you're a Gridman aficionado and can help me with all of these weird ancient memories that are probably merging together and remembering stuff all wrong. But yeah, as for the anime itself, I really liked it. I thought it was a bit slow at first, and I'm very confused as to why he has amnesia. However, that ending where everything has been put back together and everything has been fixed and everyone's now around them acting like it never happened, I suspect that's going to play directly into Yuta's amnesia and to why the characters were acting the way they did and saying that he was like a new student. And I don't think the amnesia thing is going to be a simple throwaway storyline. I think that's going to have a lot of significance and importance to it, because that goes hand in hand with one of the questions I actually had, which is, if Yuta is Gridman and Yuta needs the computer in order to turn into Gridman, why is the computer in a shop of someone that he has allegedly never met? Which I think goes hand in hand with the amnesia thing, because I think that they do know each other, and I don't know if she doesn't remember or if she does remember, but for some reason she's just not letting on, or she's hurt or something, because at first it definitely sounded like they did know each other when she woke him up from some of the comments she made. But then she turned around and was like, yeah, this is the most we've ever spoken, so, you know. But I'm not entirely sure I believe her. But if she is telling the truth, I can't help but wonder if that's because her memories have been messed with as well. But only time will tell. I thought that the action scenes in this show were absolutely amazing. They weren't the best thing I've ever seen, like, don't get me wrong, but they were good for what they were, and I really loved the way that, you know, Gridman was slow and sluggish, and the giants felt like they had a lot of weight to them, but they could, you know, amp up the fighting and get really visceral when they wanted to. Like I say, I just really enjoyed it. I'm not really sure what the monster was made of, because I thought he was like almost like a clay statue come to life sort of thing, but it looked like he was actually a machine underneath, which would explain why he had soulless eyes, because they were. But when Gridman ripped off his head and it revealed circuits and wiring, I was like, oh, okay. Because I remember, like I say, these digital monsters, but a lot of this is going to be me basically remembering all of this as it happens in the show, or not even remembering it at all. So it is basically like watching a brand new show, because I don't remember Gridman. Maybe what I'll do is I'll give Gridman a watch after this Gridman has finished. And for those who are confused, when I say the old Gridman, I'm talking about Denku Chojin Gridman, which is a live action show that was in the 90s, which again was also turned into an American show. So yeah, they're both called Gridman, but they're two completely different shows, but they're the same show. I think it definitely has potential. Like, I could see some of the future episodes being really, really good. And I'm so happy that they've finally adapted a tokusatsu show into anime that I think could benefit from being an anime. The idea of a hero that comes from the digital world and transfers himself into the physical world, I really like that. And I think that you could do a lot more cool fights in the realm of anime than they ever could in the live action, because Gridman, I think, is always in his giant form no matter what. He's kind of like a version of Ultraman, which I also liked, by the way. The fact that his friend actually made a reference to the Ultraman series by saying, you know, if this was one of those, then the monster would have a weakness that we could exploit. And then, like, 2 seconds later, he's like, his neck is his weak point. I was like, oh, okay, there you go then. Because, yeah, Gridman, if you look at him and then you go and look at a picture of Ultraman, it's like, oh, they're pretty similar. Even his finishing attack is like, yeah. Everybody knows that what was going on there, I think. So all in all, I really enjoyed that episode, guys. The characters seemed interesting, the animation was really, really nice, and the fight sequences were entertaining. What more could you ask for? Not every anime has to be ridiculously deep with the lore, stupidly graphically violent in order to get my attention. Sometimes you just want some good old-fashioned fun, and I think that's what Gridman is going to give us, with a little bit of a mystery as well in regards to what happened at the end there, which I very much think will continue throughout the series, so I'm looking forward to the next episode. If you enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below letting me know what you thought of this episode. I personally loved it, so I will be continuing the rest of the season, I have no doubt about that. So if this is your first time here, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Make sure you click the bell to get notified whenever I post new videos. There's lots of anime airing right now that I'm covering, and I've still got to get through all the anime that has already aired, but I'm only now watching. So there's lots and lots of reactions coming, and a couple of reviews, so good times all around. But that's going to be it for me for this particular episode, guys. But as always, I am Psycho Gold, and I will see you in my next video. Psycho Gold, out.